tips for being an estate agent in a tough property market. Today I'm joined by James White, who is a very well-known, outspoken estate agent from Yorkshire. Thanks for joining me today, James.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
You ran a big branch for Ryder Dutton in years back, and you've been through the '08 property crash. None of us know what's going to happen in the property market in the next couple of years. What top tips would you give to estate agents on how to ride a tough property market? Talk to me.
Okay, so going back before my time at Ryder and Dutton, I was the manager when I was in my early 20s of a very big branch for Whitegates estate agents in Huddersfield. I remember the day I left when I was 26, 27, we'd 560 houses for sale and we're selling 50 houses a month. What did we do? Well, first of all, we knew the market. The most important thing to know in a market like this is what are actually what buyers are actually paying for a house. Not necessarily what you should be asking for them, but what they're selling for. And in the 90s, we saw house prices falling steadily over a decade.
Yes.
You'll have seen that, Chris. You were in the agency.
Yeah, 89 was the top, and then she didn't drop out until about 96.
No, that's right. But what I always used to take with me on every appointment was a graph, a house price graph. So rather than just sitting in somebody's house and saying, look, you paid 200 for your house, it's now worth 150. I would show them where they were on the graph and we would work it out together. So this is what the market's doing locally. This is what house prices are doing locally. Keep it all local because it doesn't really matter what's happening in London or Edinburgh or Cardiff or Leeds, Manchester. Where are you? What are local house prices doing? There's so much information that people like you can provide nowadays on hyper-local housing market activity. What are the activity levels? What are the prices doing? And then relate that to the individual client. The client's more interested in what's happening to their house and the chance of selling their house than they are about what's going on nationally. So just be armed with the information. Quite simply, know what you're doing. Do your research.
Should estate agents be afraid if house prices drop?
I mean, the biggest threat to estate agencies, like any business, is transaction volumes. You can't do much about political uncertainty, fiscal policy. You can do something about your own market. And what you've got to do is identify the clients who are most motivated to move. Those are the ones that will move down with the market. And the way to combat any drop in house prices for your client is to help them when they're buying the next one and try and mitigate any reduction by getting the money off the next one. And so those strategies really, know your market, know what buyers are prepared to pay, know what the house prices are doing in your area, and then help your seller when they become a buyer to get any reduction off the one that they want to buy. It's easy peasy, isn't it? Estate agency, it's just formulaic, isn't it? Just do what we did in the 90s with a bit of prop tech, but not too much because it costs so much, doesn't it?
Fantastic insight. Thank you for your time today.